Yo, welcome back to the video. I decided to make another video today because it seemed there was some good response on my first one with Eviolite Spritzy. So now I'm going to be featuring Eviolite Bayleef. So pretty much the idea here is anything that really can set up dual screens is probably going to be somewhat useful, even if it's pitiful offensively. And throughout these matches, I am kind of experimenting with the moveset on Bayleef. So in this battle, you're actually seeing Curse and Bulldoze, which, I don't know. I end up taking Curse off after this because I felt like it's not really worth trying to boost. I don't know, I thought like, it makes a difference against defensively, but it doesn't really matter that much if I'm being honest. I feel like Bayleef is actually pretty bulky. I built mine more on the special defensive side to be able to take the fire attacks a bit better and the ice moves. But for the most part, I am pretty much using it to set up screens, and I'm pairing it with the Greninja with the Mega Stone here and Talonflame with the Life Orb. The Talonflame set here actually is Brave Bird Fly, but I think I end up taking off Brave Bird for Protect to kind of test that out a bit. But look at that, Bayleef getting a Bulldoze knockout on that Chandelure, so that's what I'm talking about. Get a defensive boost here with Bayleef. Running up to things, trying to get used to the positioning of all the moves. So in some of these battles, there's some scenarios where I'm running up to a special attacker and using Reflect first, which it shouldn't really be the case, but it's not. It doesn't make a huge difference ultimately in a lot of these battles, but that is something to think about as I'm playing more. But yeah, I'm able to snag another little knockout here on the Stunfisk with Mega Greninja, and Xerneas is super popular right now, so my best way to deal with Xerneas on this team is with my Talonflame, and as you see in this situation, I do actually get a Flare Blitz off and finish up that Xerneas. And I see there's a low HP Ampharos over here, so I'm going to try to target it, and I get another knockout, which is actually pretty clutch. And yeah, this team I'm running is super spicy, just to be clear. I mean, if you want to just win consistently with big gaps of victory or whatever, it's definitely a little fringe. I feel like this probably functions a little bit better just purely being in this group chaotic setting. But, I mean, Talonflame and Greninja, I think they have their place on teams for sure. Greninja may be a little more niche as there's probably better water types you can pick, like Gyarados or Alligator potentially. But for the most part, I felt like this was actually pretty fun. I've been having a lot of fun exploring non-mega Pokemon, especially the Eviolite. And I think the main reason why I wanted to pick Bayleef was because of its resistance to ground moves. And I feel like Bayleef has absolutely been able to just take hits in these battles, which is super nice. It's more that its offensive pressure isn't really there. So initially I tried Curse. I even experimented using Swords Dance, and I mean, at times it was kind of interesting. I ran Iron Tail, Swords Dance for the Xerneas, but as I started to play more, I realized Swords Dance and Curse don't really seem that good because I'm not even really able to get much attacks off, only having one move available, and I have to wait for that cooldown to use that offensive move again. So at times, seeing this one, I actually end up using Leech Seed, and I thought like that might be, I don't know how effective it really is. I can't extremely tell in the midst of the battle, but as you see, I'm getting over here, getting up my screens. I'm in the midst of it, like between these Xerneas duking it out, and I'm able to tank these moves regardless. And I'm hitting Bulldozes off, trying to get any residual damage off. It's just straight up chaos here. And out of all the chaos, I pretty much am only able to kind of get this Flare Blitz off on Glaceon, which is still pretty solid. So not a bad start. I'm going to get the boost on the attack here, and I'm going to try my best to kind of snag in a kill here. They end up switching their Charizard out for Gyarados, and that doesn't really give me a good opportunity. I don't really have a great way to deal with Gyarados on this team, I've realized. That's what I'm trying to say is, my team has some weakness. I mean, this team, again, I'm playing for this is more of an experimental, like, spice battle, you know? I feel like it's a little more fun to try to... It's definitely, like, you have to go all in when you run a team like this. Like, I can't make mistakes. I gotta really, like, have good spacing and all that. But, yeah, I guess ultimately what I'm trying to say is there's other people that will be able to handle the things that can beat me in this type of matchup. So why not have fun with it, ultimately, is what I'm trying to get at. And maybe inspire some variety here, because hitting rank A is pretty much guaranteed as long as you just stay consistent in this game, which I find to be rather nice, that everyone can hit rank A and get their max rewards, but maybe eventually they'll add an elo system for the people that really want to be differentiated. But at the same time, I've noticed there's a lot of grassroots tournaments that are being held and run, so maybe those are where you really will kind of like focus more on like a very, I guess, straightforward team, if that makes sense. Like, you definitely want to be running something like Garchomp in this. I mean, Garchomp is just so strong, and you don't even have to run Mega Garchomp. I know I'm getting a little off topic here, but Garchomp is absolutely just like a monster in this format. And again, like, the best way I have to deal with it is my Greninja, but at the same time, I feel like Talonflame can sometimes pick up kills on it, and it's kind of nice just to have the screens for the extra bulk, because on Talonflame, as you see, I'm running the Swords Dance. One thing I haven't decided yet is, do I want to keep this moveset on Talonflame as well with Protect? Probably would be better with all the Xerneas running around with Thunderbolt and all the Ampharos and such. The main thing is getting a little more comfortable and better at timing these Protects and all that jazz, like the flies, and knowing when it's better to go for a Swords Dance before the attack. Because there's a lot of times when I'm not going to secure a kill with Talonflame, unfortunately, and I need to probably risk it to try to get a Swords Dance off first. But anyways, in this last battle I'm showcasing here, I'm running over to this Clefable, and I'm going to get up my Leech Seed first, and then I'm going to go for a Light Screen since it's a little preoccupied here. And now there's a Steelix, and I'm taking all this damage. Like, I can't believe I even get a knockout there. That's actually crazy. I must have just got the last damage off. But yeah, I mean, Bulldoze is like a pseudo Earthquake. I mean, I think it lowers their speed temporarily as well. I know that's what it does in the main series games. It lowers their speed by one stage. I think it does the same thing here. But for the most part, yeah, the whole point of this Bayleef is just to kind of tank moves and support. And surprisingly, I've gotten, as you saw in this video, I've gotten a few knockouts with it. So that was kind of cool. I'm trying my best to get some damage off here. The Chandelier is kind of out of my way now, so I'm going to just get a revenge kill on this Steelix for kind of messing up my game. And I get another knockout. Xerneas is problematic for sure, but I'm just going to bring in Talonflame, and this is a situation where probably would have been paid off to be more patient and just predict and time out the protect against Thunderbolt. It is fairly guaranteed that the Xerneas is going to be running Thunderbolt just for coverage. And yeah, honestly, T-Tar, kind of a problem too. Like, I don't really have a great way to deal with it as well. I mean, it just kind of packs a punch, so even Stone Edges and such are gonna even hurt on Greninja, even with Reflect up on the field. But yeah, I'm gonna bring in Greninja anyways. I'm gonna try to get a kill off on this, and it barely lives, but it looks like I am able to get that knockout anyways, so that's cool. I'm gonna corner the Steelix and get another knockout with Greninja, which feels good, and unfortunately I'm getting one shot by the Xerneas here, and that is a situation where maybe it's one thing I've been trying to figure out how to play better, because as you see, a lot of times I come back with Bayleef as my lead to sub screens immediately, but sometimes since it's such a short battle, it might, if I know I'm gonna die, it might be better to just try to live longer. So even if I'm only gonna survive like maybe 10 or 15 more seconds, it might be better to switch back into Bayleef. And even though I know I'm not gonna get a knockout, maybe I should just not give someone a free kill. But this is something that, you know, is a little chaotic in these group matches overall, but I find them to be extremely fun, and I've really enjoyed exploring a bit of non-meta Pokemon. And with that being said, that's pretty much going to be the end of this video, and if you've gotten this far, please hit the like button. It does help my content out a lot. That'll show me that you want to see more content like this, and yeah, I'll get to posting more videos on this channel, so subscribe as well. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Sass Squad's getting stronger each and every day. But good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.